What's up? What's up? It's your girl Hasina.
Hey y'all, it is Dr. Lanisha.
And it's your homegirl, Dr. Love.
Welcome to Three the Hard Way, where the conversations are real and the truth is always unfiltered.
We back with another episode, y'all. We talking about all the things, the messy world of life, love, and relationships.
Listen, we are here to be authentic. We're trying to create an atmosphere where everybody feels heard, feels seen. We keeping it 100. So come as you are, just like the man tell you at the church house.
Trust me, it does not matter what your relationship status is. Single, married, dating is complicated. There will be some gems dropped in this podcast for you.
As always, look, this is a space for laughing, living, hearing my dog bark, and taking the actionable steps to live the life of your dreams.
That part.
Yes, we are here to do the hard work and the hard work together. So y'all ready to hop in?
Let's get into it.
Go.
Happy Sunday, ladies. It's good to see y'all.
Yes, it is so good to see y'all. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy
Beautiful
Sunday.
as
So,
always. Beautiful as always. This one place I don't mind coming to.
I know
you know
that's
what I'm saying?
I know I'm gonna
I
get some
concur. I concur.
I know it's gonna be aesthetically pleasing here.
If nothing else, Dr. Love, if nothing else, okay?
You know, this the one day of the week where I get myself together. Okay.
Or at least
I show up
attempt
for the
to.
girls. Okay.
That is hilarious.
All
Really.
right, let's
Whew,
get into
y'all,
it.
we gonna do grows and glows. Okay. We gonna get into
All right.
grows and glows. Look,
Okay.
so let me talk about my grow. I did something that healed my inner child. Okay, I went to the Boy Is Mine tour yesterday in Birmingham,
Woo!
Alabama, and baby, did I have a time. Okay,
I love
it just
that.
fed my love for 90s R&B, and I'm talking
That's
about
so
I was legit reminded of sitting up in my room, a room that I shared with my cousins. Nonetheless, I was sitting up in my room. Okay,
I
I
know that feels good.
you know, I'm talking
I'm
about
already knowing.
I had a time was had. It was such a great,
Listen,
great opportunity. Um to be invited to go. A friend of mine invited me last minute, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Hell yeah,
Good.
I'm going.
why
I'm
not?
going. So I had a good time. Money Long was there.
Oh, I
Um,
love her.
I do too. She did a really good
She's
job.
so good.
Um, I can't remember his name, but the guy that won American Idol, he was there. Kelly Rowland was out there.
You
Ooh.
Can
are
I
going
just,
to
huh?
Ruben Stutter? What was his name? Or did I just go too
Wait,
far?
No.
Dr. Love, I swear to God, I was gonna say it, but I was too embarrassed.
This
I'm
I
not
man,
was
asking
too
about
embarrassed.
that.
Okay, you took the
I went
words
back
out
like
of my
2
mouth. I'm glad
years.
it was you and not me.
Okay.
no, this year's American Idol. I don't know. It starts with a J. He's the headliner. Well, he came on with them, but
Oh
I
my
haven't. I have to be
God.
honest. I haven't watched American Idol since Fantasia and Jennifer Hudson was on there. So I
Okay.
don't know
Same.
exactly. I don't know him, but he won. So shout out to him.
Big
Kelly
ups to
Rowland was
him.
there, and baby, her body is tea. Okay, Kelly
Mm.
Rowland's body is tea.
And that brown
Uh,
skin, baby.
whew, she is
Flawless.
aging. I mean, she just looks amazing. Tyrese came out. He sweet lady does, and you know we was happy.
Baby,
We
you
was
had the
happy. He
whole
did.
crew. Be my true love for a lifetime.
Yeah. Yes. And yeah, Monica and Brandy just, hit us gave us the hit. So it was just a great time. My
Nice.
growth for this week is continuing to honor the commitments that I set for myself. Okay. I only, did exercise in one day this week, this past week. But I'm gonna
Okay.
do two. I'm gonna do two this upcoming week, okay? Two or
I
more. Two or
appreciate
more. What about y'all? What's y'all grows and glows?
it. Well, I'll take it next. I partially failed my pull-up challenge. I went 3.5 days without coffee, and you know what? Still shout out to me
For sure.
because I made the effort, honey. And if you ain't failed, you ain't tried. So I'm still
Bars.
working on that coffee addiction. What else? And my grow is that I have been beautifully embracing change. I'm
Oh,
in this season of change, and I think I'm killing shit right now. Like I'm just going with the flow. Even if it don't look like how exactly I envisioned it in my mind, I'm just embracing all new things, and I'm loving that for me. So that's my growth in relationship.
I love
What
it
about
too.
you, Dr. Love? What you got going on?
All right. With my Kanye voice, through the fire, through the music. All right, so my grow is I got all my wisdom teeth pulled. I don't know if y'all can tell how I'm talking, but this
You ain't
week
here though.
put my big girl pants on, and it's a grow because I was scared.
oh.
And I finally did it. So I'm almost like back to normal, but my talking a little weird. So, but put my big girl pants on, got all them wisdom teeth pulled out. They was trying to, run a train on my other teeth, and I was like, no, you will
Lord
not.
have mercy.
Y'all trying to overtake, so. But anywho, my glow is gonna be kind of similar, just embracing change. And one of my homies sent me a message, and it was an inspirational message just talking about how this is the setup for what's next and how there's some things that you have to just be willing to let go. And I'm finally with this big age, on my back, finally approaching like there's some toxic things, there's just some comfort things, there's some
Mhm.
old things that it is really time to let go. And I'm ready for it. I'm ready for all the smoke because I
I
want
love
what's
that.
I want what's in my future. I can't keep dwelling in the past. So
Yeah.
Okay.
that's it.
I
I
love
love
that.
that. Mhm.
Y'all
That's
doing some
it.
big stuff,
Okay.
big stuff.
I love it.
Listen, before we get into the main topic, let's do some shout outs, okay? We got to do some
Oh,
shout
I like
outs.
it. Let's do
While
it.
I did not see any. Hopefully I didn't miss none. I didn't see any emails with shout outs, but I want to shout us out because we have been showing up consistently even through all the ish that we got going on in our lives as parents, as working women, as partners, as mentors, as folks that's out here just doing the Lord's work, okay?
Yes.
Um, I
Shout
want
out
to
to
shout
us.
us out because most podcasts don't even or don't get up to or get past five and then they stop 5 episodes and then they stop, but we have
Yeah.
been pressing forward and we have been making time, so I'm proud of us. Okay, I'm
I
proud
am
of
too.
us.
I am
Yeah.
too.
Y'all got any
Yep, no
shout
matter
outs?
what. You know what? I just want to shout out one of our biggest supporters, Shanita, because she hit me up and she's like, "Girl, I missed the episode or two, but trust me, I'm gonna get in there." And she was trying to get them details, and you know what? I appreciate the commitment because
Yes.
we did a platform switch, we did a name switch. We've been
Mm-hmm.
moving things around, really trying to put our all into this podcast. So I appreciate when a friend of ours or a supporter of ours just makes the effort. Like that's a big deal. That means a lot to me. So shout out to Shanita.
Shout out
Yeah. Shout out
Shanita, we love
Yes, yes, yes.
for the support. Same note. Everybody who you know, was supporting us when we was when the bras come off and that are trailing us now, go back, watch the replays, hit me
Yeah.
up, make comments later. Like, thank you, because that is helping us continue. So definitely shout out to everybody who supports us.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Because I see people, they spin the block and they watch. They may
mhm,
not be here live, but the
mhm.
views are there. So it's definitely some love for us. We just got to keep showing up. So,
Yes. And we'll keep showing up and we want
yeah.
y'all input. So let us know how y'all think we're doing. Anything y'all would like to see, like for real, for real. Talk to us. We talk back. That was a song. Talk to me. T-Pain. I talk back.
She on her 90s R&B-ish today.
Well,
Listen,
that
I'm
was
about
right.
to
She
be
got all
on
the
this
90s.
forever. Like Cardi B said, forever. Uh,
Forever.
whew, y'all ready to get into the conversation today?
Let's get
Yes.
into it.
Woo, we talking about something that is it's a little spicy. It might stir the pot a little bit. We talking about marriage material. And I don't know about y'all, but I've been looking forward to talking about this conversation because, or to talking about this because we've heard it. We've all probably said it. Um, we even down probably judged somebody else or said they weren't material.
I was
We've
so
Woo.
even thought about say it again.
We
I
said
said,
woohoo. That's all.
Right. I was like, oh, I couldn't hear you because I was talking. But yeah, I look, whew, let's get into it. But I want to talk about like what it is, what y'all think it mean. Um, is it a type of a person, a way of being? So let's just start there. Let's start off with what marriage material mean. What comes up first when you think of marriage material?
Like, I'll jump in because I ain't gonna talk long. The first thing I want to say is if any of our viewers have comments or want to hop on, let us know because in real time we can send you a
sure.
link to join us because I love for us to, we love to hear some feedback. Um, I'm gonna be the first to say I have never really mapped out what marriage material is. I
Mhm.
have always went off how I felt in the moment. And I've finally come to a place where I learned like marriage material is not what fits you in the current time, in the meantime, in between time. It's
Mm.
about longevity. And I think sometimes we will pick partners because they fit a need in this current time. Like right now, my rent, you know what I'm saying, is a little heavy on me. Or right now, you know what I'm saying, these kids is a lot to handle. Or right now, I'm lonely. And
Mm.
and so I feel like I used to have that mindset where what is happening in my current life and how do you fit that? And that I will safely say is not marriage. That ain't it. What are y'all thoughts? I'm gonna start with that.
Love, that's good. Honestly, that's good because most times we out here running on emotions.
Mhm.
Everything is about what feels good. I definitely have been down that path, and I can say today, for me, my standards have changed. I don't have that list of, oh, he has to be kind and he has to be God fearing and he has to be financially stable. Honestly, I need a man that has some emotional intelligence. I need a man that knows how to regulate his emotions
Mhm.
on any given day, under any given circumstance. And that sits at the very top of my list. It is
Mhm.
not about religious beliefs or, where you stand career wise. Like all of those things can change in an instant.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But what you can keep control of is how you handle yourself. So
Mm,
I've come a long way with my list And so I'll stop it right there so you can jump in, Dr. Niche, but that sits at the very top for me. A man with emotional intelligence and self-regulation.
Yeah.
Mm,
I think when I think about marriage material, I think about how this person will fit into my life to either make me better, to compliment me, to challenge me, and all of those things. Historically, I've been taught by the ladies in my family and the ladies that I was around, like, you better get you a nigga that's making money and that can take care of you and can do all of these things. And
Yep.
I've experienced that. And the whole money thing, what Cash Doll say? The what she say? The rich ones try to control you and the broke ones do something else. But I
mm,
wholeheartedly agree. When you go out just looking for someone who can financially provide for you, and I'm not saying that finances don't play a huge role. They do. But when you look for someone that looking for someone who can just financially provide for you, then you have to be ready and almost understand that you can expect that there are some things, other things that are gonna come with that. But yeah, being able to emotionally regulate themselves. But I also look for this person to be whole within themselves. I used to think that, oh, I need someone who's going to complete me. But I'm like, no, you need to try to complete yourself first. I try to complete myself. And
mm,
then we come together to whole complete people and try to
mm,
figure out how to work on things. I've always been emotionally driven to uh, you all's point. I've always been emotionally driven. How this person makes me feel in the moment,
Yeah,
which, or in the beginning, which can then lead to some challenges the further on you go.
absolutely.
Yeah.
mm.
So,
That's deep stuff.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You had a comment up earlier and I missed it. What was
oh,
was,
I can put it
was
back.
that? I'm sorry. I was just curious. Um, but I just want to piggyback. Oh, okay. Thanks. I was like, you have a comment. I didn't know. Okay. Um,
Yeah.
I just want to piggyback. Yeah. Much love, JB, John Bowles, my on my you know homies from another homie. So I can't even talk right, y'all. So I just like want to piggyback. I want to start with yes, emotional maturity, emotional regulation.
Yeah. I'm
Not so
keeping
much.
a list too.
Yes,
Okay. I'm
not,
keeping a
not
list.
so much the superficial things like finances, but that does count, right? Um,
Mhm.
I'm gonna safely say like for me, you have to have a spiritual grounding because when your back is against the wall and our backs are against the wall and we having challenges, and if the only thing you call on is an old homie or yourself or smoking weed, I don't know. But if
Or
you don't
whatever.
have spiritual grounding
Okay.
where you can uplift us when we're having a challenge, and that goes both ways. Like I feel like even for myself, being marriage material is how can I uplift you even when I don't have the strength? What can
Mhm.
we fall back on as a family?
Yeah.
Somebody got to be able to say, okay, we having challenges, maybe it's some good stuff on the way,
Yeah,
and we just trying to prepare for that. But I think spiritual grounding is definitely a necessity if
I
you're
like
married.
that.
Yeah. I
That's
love that.
good.
Yeah, I
I'll
don't
add
know.
another one that I think is lost on a lot of people dating today in our society, and that is the idea or concept of unconditional love. I
Mhm.
Mm,
fear that most people don't really even understand what that is, and it may hold its own meaning for people individually, but for me, if you do not love me in the same capacity as you love your children, then you don't love me. Because if you put it into perspective. How many times do our children fall short? How many times do our children disappoint us? How many times do our children make a wrong decision? We do not discard them. We don't throw them away. We don't love them less. We love them through. And I just don't see that happening in a capacity that I think it is necessary to be in successful relations, to be successfully married, because we quit. We quit so easy. I don't have to deal with this. Who do you
Mm,
think I am? What do you think this is? Because we have this idea sometimes of perfection in our relationships or fairy tales when marriage is work, relationships are work. Like it takes a lot of work and we quit so easily. So I'm
mm.
I think it's
adding
important.
unconditional love to the list.
Let me pose a question with that one. Where
Mm-hmm.
are the boundaries? Because my kids sometimes they do stuff that I wish I could disown them around, but I can't.
But you don't. But
I
you
can't.
don't.
I
Um,
can't leave.
the boundaries, I think that's a good question, Dr. Love. I think the boundaries are absolutely individual.
Mhm.
Um, you have to know personally what's a hard stop for you.
Yeah.
So it is not across the board, but see the emotional intelligence for me is a hard stop. But if you're willing to learn, I'm willing to teach. So a man for me, he may not hit all the marks, but if you allow me to teach you what I know, then we got action. It's only when you are unwilling to learn new things that my boundary is set in place and you get dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
And that goes both ways. Like even for me, I could be transparent and say, um, I needed help financially, just being in more control of my finances and making better decisions. That could
mhm,
be a hard stop for a lot of men, or they could see it as a risk, or she's a liability. And for another man, he could see it as a teaching moment. As long as I'm willing to learn, don't count me out. So
mhm,
it's an I think it's very individual. But that, to Dr. Nisha's point earlier, when you're a whole person already, you could better come into a situation and be open to learning, to leading. That's not just something for a man to do,
Yeah.
because I
mhm,
don't feel less than or like I'm not good enough because I need help in an area. I'm
Mm-hmm.
very comfortable and confident in myself as a whole person on my own, but also I'm able to say, look, I probably need help with this.
Yeah.
mhm,
You know, when it comes to the
mhm,
unconditional love, I think that I don't think anybody will ever love us unconditionally the way that God will. Because
mhm.
to Dr. Love, to your point, these kids, these kids, and sometimes it's FTK. Okay. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is FTK. And I mean, I still love them, but so I have teenagers now.
Hmm.
The conditions with my love are different than when they were like 9, or even younger. And
Mm.
I'm just like,
Okay.
y'all about to piss me off. I still love them for real, but I would be lying if I didn't say that I'm kind of looking forward to the day that they go to
Mm.
college.
Looking forward to this.
And that's gonna be another level of working through with the love point, with the love aspect for them. I just When it comes to like loving a partner unconditionally, I do believe that yes, you need to be willing, but then at some point, I'm like, when does the unconditional love become enablement, right? Because I
Mm,
need to see some action behind you saying like, yeah, I'm actually willing to learn this. Okay, well, we know in education, it's particularly in math, you got to show your work. So show me
Yeah.
what you have learned. Not continue to tell me that you're willing, because maybe, okay, I'm willing to do a lot of things. I am willing to accept $1 million if someone would give it to me today. Okay. But I know that I got to show my work and I got to go out there and find out who would give me the $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
couldn't agree more.
Let me say this, and I don't want to ruin it if you all have not seen it. But when we talk about marriage material and the work that goes into marriage, a great example of that is from the show Reasonable Doubt with Jax and her husband Lewis. Now I ain't gonna say
I
too
love
much,
that
but
show. I
they
love that show.
so you know exactly what I'm talking about with when it takes work, and they've been through some things, but I think that that's a good example. That's a good example.
But don't you think that well, Dr. Love, have you seen the show?
No.
Okay, I would definitely suggest if you watch TV to watch Reasonable Doubt because
Mm-hmm.
that part about their marriage specifically is a fine example of what it takes to be and stay married. That is unconditional love. You cannot label that anything else.
I
Um,
think.
I want to read this comment and then I'm gonna make a comment. So, JB is saying marriage material has to start with being selfless and the ultimate teammate. Everything else is relative to the individual, in my opinion. Thank you for your comment. So, um, I just do want to pivot slightly because something you mentioned, Dr. Nish, you were talking about. Are you doing, what you're saying you're willing to do? Or
Mm-hmm.
are you still talking about what you
Yeah.
plan on doing? And that's that part with being a teammate and being a partner. And I feel like potential is just all the things you have not done yet. When I tell
Yeah.
you, I have been in so many situationships based off potential, I
Oh
mean,
no.
sickening. Like, yeah, I'm gonna finish this degree. Yeah, I'm gonna pursue this career. Yeah, I'm finna, buy this property. And you still thinking about that like years later, sir. Like,
Mm-mm.
you have to be doing it in real time.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yes.
is marriage material. Not when you talking about what you plan on doing, but I can visibly see the fruits of your labor sowing into everything you want to be and everything you're going to be for me and vice versa. If that's not happening in real time,
Mm.
then we're just talking about potential. And
Yeah.
I I refuse to marry potential.
That part.
That
That
part.
Again,
part.
I think
again.
Dr. Nick say this in the intro. Actionable steps.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's required. Absolutely.
It does. It does. And I listen. Potential is so overrated because and then it begins to start it begins to be this whole thing of but they got potential, they working on it, they got potential.
Not
Somebody
at this
told
big
me
age.
a long time
Mhm.
ago that um you need to date someone who is established versus dating someone with potential. And it doesn't mean that the folks with potential, don't deserve love too, because we all started somewhere. We all began with potential ourselves, and somebody, took a risk on us. But as this comment says, potential got to
Potential
have an
should
expiration date.
happen. I
I
concur. I concur. When are you get to I feel like you can date potential. I don't think it's anything wrong with getting to know people, but when we're talking about marriage and
Mm-hmm.
you're marrying someone that is still working on, and we're not talking about like your big investment strategy. I know some things
Yeah.
take time.
Yeah.
We're talking about very baseline things. Your ability to like keep money in your pocket for gas. your ability to not get your nails and hair done instead of paying your bills, your
Yeah.
ability to, you know, make adult reasonable decisions.
Mm-hmm.
No, you be doing that before you draw your name on that dotted line, because now you attached to that other person.
Yep.
So now all your mistakes become mine. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Now all your debt is attached to me. And if
That's the
you're not
thing.
doing, if you're not a good steward before we get married, like why do I want to absorb? I can see if it happens while we together because we trying things and we doing things, but you come to the plate with
So,
baggage. Yeah. I mean, we all got baggage, but you come to the plate with like stuff that I'm gonna have to help you fix. Like I feel like that's
Yeah. And you should show me.
Dr. Love
Like
said, enough is enough.
it and I agree with Dr. Love. Like enough is enough. You have to show me. Like you have to show me that you want to learn. Like I agree with
Yeah.
you too, Hasina. Like if you're willing to learn, I'm willing to teach. But you need to come to me and tell me what you want to learn. Because I can't make you learn anything more than you want to learn it yourself.
Mhm.
And like we got to keep it 100, y'all. A lot of us are out here,
Mhm.
or some of us, maybe it's just the ones that I've encountered or seen on social media, but a lot of us are not putting in the work that it takes for marriage. I think that a lot of us are taught how to get married, but a lot of us are not taught how to stay married. A lot of us are not taught how to really stay the course and do the work. And even being able to decipher between whether or not it's I'm staying and I'm putting up stuff just to say that I fought for my marriage, or if it's
That's
like,
real.
okay, I'm really fighting for my marriage and I'm trying to see where this is going to go. I'm fighting because you fighting too. And in a lot of instances, I see that one person is fighting more than the other. And
Mm.
Usually. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
Well,
I'm
it
about to
is
get.
difficult. This is complicated stuff, y'all.
I
Yeah,
know I'm about to pivot and get a little petty.
do it.
Um, I feel like as some fellow Aries may understand, and maybe even some other signs, um, I feel like marriage material, you are capable of keeping my attention. I feel like there's some really good
Mm-hmm.
men that I think would make amazing husbands. I just question if they could keep my attention. And I know that sounds a bit
Mhm.
shallow, but I feel like
Mhm.
over time we have to evolve. And I'm a sapiosexual, so like that means that I'm turned on by like mental stimulation. We don't have to be talking about math books and chemistry, but you need to like keep me mentally stimulated, and that
Mhm.
is what attracts me. And so
Mm-hmm.
over time, if you don't have nothing to talk about,
Yep.
over time, if you ain't trying to explore the world a bit more over time, now I'm really going
Yeah.
there. If you ain't trying to explore sexually, because we can't be doing the same stuff year after year. Like I feel like
Mhm.
if you can't keep my attention or you don't have intentions on keeping your partner's attention, then that's gonna be a
Mm-hmm.
challenge because we talk about years and years to come.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Yep.
we still going to the movies on Fridays, we still doing missionary on Saturdays, we still eating, hamburger helper on Sundays.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What y'all think?
I agree. The routine of things, it becomes boring. It does become boring. And again, we should be like piquing each other's interest as well too. Like, oh, okay, I see she like that. Let me, you know, I won't get too explicit, but let me just do some things. Let
Over
me
the
do
edge of
some
my
things.
seat.
Huh?
I know. I'm like, what? What you about to say?
That's after show part. That's after show.
Okay.
After show talk. Okay. But no, seriously, like keep my attention.
Yeah,
Show me, and this goes back to the I got you.
I gotta
So
add
we
that.
gonna keep doing the same things, right? Like I just that's just not my vibe. Let's figure out how to grow together, how to do certain things, especially, and this is
Girl, go get it out there.
my husband and I were having a conversation the other day. Y'all know that he loves what he does. He loves it to his core. And the other day
Yeah.
I was just like, "You married to your dang on career." And
Mhm.
not in a way like we weren't arguing, but I sometimes when we are so engrossed and when we are so passionate in what we do, sometimes we don't pay attention to how much it shows up in our everyday lives. And so
Yeah.
I said that he was married to his career because we were talking about something and he brought an example of from that was related to his career, and I was just like, we're not even talking about that right now, okay, sir.
Say so.
But I bring that up to say that, like, marriage takes a level of reflection, not just on you as a couple, but you as yourself as well. And you have to pay attention to how you're showing up in the marriage, how you're showing up as an individual, how you're um, putting in the work. If you are putting in the work, that's why I believe that it is so important to do those, routine check ins. But that's all I got to say for now.
But I think that's a good point, Dr. Niche. I think sometimes we put so much energy into spewing out our expectations, demanding certain things from a partner that we forget to reflect on how we're behaving and what
Mhm.
how we've showed up. So that's a great point. I think it's a light this needs to be shed on that. You
Yeah.
want this, and this, but what are you contributing?
Mhm. Mhm.
You know what? Just to piggyback, because this was actually my next thought. Um, I remember and excuse my language, my jaw's about wired shut. I remember my sister had a friend, and she was like, "I want a dude. He got to have money and this and that and woo woo. He got to be going to the gym." And she had this whole little breakdown, and I'm looking like, "But you don't do none of that." And I was confused
Yeah.
because I'm like, how you want somebody that's doing all this stuff? Your perfect partner got all this stuff going on that you don't even do it yourself. But
Mhm.
I say all that to say,
Yeah.
being whole, feeling whole, a partner does not necessarily complete you, right? They
Mhm.
add to you, become something bigger together. But having those aspirations, your weight loss journey, your financial, your credit journey, like having that stuff in the works. We're not saying like have it all done, but how can you expect to meet someone that has all those things, all those boxes checked, and want somebody that don't? I'm just, I mean,
Yeah.
being bogus, but like
Mhm.
if I hit the gym 3 times a week, I am financially prudent. I take care of my home. If I'm doing these things and you still thinking about it, like how are we equally yoked?
Mhm.
And so I think sowing and investing into yourself so that you can
Absolutely.
be marriage material
Yeah.
is going to be an important piece. Like what makes you marriage material? So that's why
Mhm.
I'm about to pivot. What
Mhm.
makes you all marriage material?
Yes. Drop it in the chat. What makes you marry? And
Yeah.
it's
I love
it's so
that.
funny you mentioned that, Dr. Love, because I was just talking to someone the other day, and they were saying that I'm praying that God, you know, sends this person for me, blah 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 blah. And the question that I said, well, are you the type of person that will attract this person that you are praying for?
Hello.
And I was,
That's a good point.
Ah,
JB says society makes marriage seem like more of a business arrangement at times. The essence of marriage has seemed to be devalued.
I think it is a business arrangement.
It is a
Mm-hmm.
business arrangement.
Yep.
I think love is factored into that, but I do because we got business to handle, and I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying, like, you ever heard of somebody? It's way too easy to file for divorce. It is. You ever heard of somebody like having to pay somebody else child support? Like, I, I'm. I, as much as I love you, like, do I really want to sign up for having to pay your child support because you wasn't paying it and now we married and now it's joint income?
Lord have mercy.
Wrong for thinking this way, y'all. I just like
No, you're not.
what
I
you
don't
want
think
I
somebody.
have
you.
I have so much to say, and we have so little time. So I'll try to sum it up like this. It just sounds like this laundry list of things that's expected, and they're all, to me, this is just to me, they're all so petty and so trivial on the
Mm-hmm.
grand scheme of things.
Yep.
At the end of the day, you need somebody that is going to show up for you every fucking day. They're going to
Mm-hmm.
show up for you.
Mm-hmm.
It just sounds like a lot of perfection that y'all want. He got to be this. And I'm telling you, as somebody who's dated somebody with all the things, with none of the things, a few of the things in the middle, the only thing that has ever mattered is the man that showed up for me every day. And
Mm-hmm.
on some of those days, he didn't have jack shit. And on other days, he had everything. And I
Mhm.
don't I don't know the answer yet of how to shift us into to the place um where all the little things don't matter as much. Because if you meet a guy today and he's successful, let's say he's a millionaire, because money means so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say he's a millionaire and gives you all the things, does all the things, the sex is great, and he loses it all in a business venture.
Mhm.
Mm.
Mhm.
It went left.
He ain't gonna
Then
lose the sex
what?
in that
Let's
business
say, let's
venture.
say that sends him.
We
Hold
still
on.
should.
Let's say that sends said man into a depression because he ain't been broke for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All the
but
things that y'all naming ain't gonna matter in that moment. Like, either you love the man unconditionally to help bring him out of that, or you don't.
let me just say this though. If you have that heart for someone, if you are in love with someone and they have drawn your heart to them and you feel that passionately about them, you can weather that storm. I want to bring up something called Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
You're right
Okay,
about
Google
it, Dr. Love.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I'm sorry, but people cannot focus if their basic needs aren't being
Right.
met. If you a man and your woman, or you a woman and your man basic needs not being met, I mean, I'm talking about some people not having sex with their partner. Some people, y'all struggling financially, and your
Mm-hmm.
basic needs, like, theoretically, research shows that it's hard to focus on all that other stuff
Mm-hmm.
because now I gotta figure out how we gonna eat, how we paying bills. I gotta figure out, like, that sometimes takes the love out of it, you
Yeah.
know. And if you say like, I'm gonna be down for whatever, that's where I think the boundaries come in, because you should have a mindset to be down for whatever. But there's some people that will drag your ass forever.
No, you
And
gotta you gotta know when to get out. You have to know when to get out. And I don't know, for me, I just think if the love can be sucked out of it, then it probably wasn't love to begin with. It was something else. It was one of those situations that was convenient. It was something that was good for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Because the truest love, it doesn't die. I just do not believe that. I believe it doesn't die
Yeah.
I
because
think
you
you
have the heart to fight until the end. Like, unless it's something, you mistreated my children, or it's got to be something really fucked up.
Yeah.
For me.
I hear the love aspect of it, but I think that even with love and unconditional, and that's the reason why I say I don't know, or I have not seen someone who exhibits unconditional love like God, because there's always some conditions. You got to be emotionally intelligent. You have to be established. You have
Mhm.
to be willing. You have to do. There are all things that we expect other human beings to do that
Yes.
deems them. I'm going to say it, worthy of us continuing to love them. Right? Like
Yeah.
you can still be deeply in love with someone and know that this is just not the best for me. This
Agreed.
situation is
Mhm.
not going to bring out the best for me, and it might not bring out the best for you. So while I love you dearly, love you down, I just know that this will not work for us. And again, it's still individual and per situation. Those are my thoughts on it. But I definitely want, Shanita said we need to do a part two. I definitely want you guys to, continue to tell us what you think, well, whether or not you are marriage material and what your definition of marriage material is for other people.
I love
Yeah,
that.
I love
Okay.
it too. We need a part two.
Agreed.
Anything else before we move
And I'm
into the
not
group
surprised.
chat?
I was just gonna ask the question to your point. I feel like we running out of time, so I'll be quick. To your point, Dr. Niche, really both of y'all's point, if you know you have the list and you're very clear about what you expect and require, let's generally answer why do we continue, I'll say as Black women, because I don't know about nobody else, to choose people who check barely any of those boxes.
Mm. Impatience,
Yeah.
lack of belief, faith,
Hmm.
um, promise, potential, yeah, I could keep going.
Ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing. Ignorance as well too. Um and ignorance is the lack of knowledge. That's the ignorant I'm talking about, not ignorant,
Yeah.
as I would say, in a different situation. Um but no, that also, like, man, I didn't know that I needed to do X, Y, and Z. And experience as well, like every situation that I think I've been in, and maybe for you all as well, it has taught us something. Whether it's like, damn, maybe I'm not doing these things, or dang, I keep picking this same person. I keep looking for the same type of people
Mhm.
in the same places. So let me do something different. Or I have this checklist and I'm trying to check off all these boxes.
Yeah.
Maybe do away with the checklist. Or maybe consider other things that aren't just surface level, like the emotional regulation, like the how willingness to learn, and all of those things. Maybe we focus on different things and asking better questions. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, when I was
Mm.
out there dating, I was not asking the appropriate questions,
Yeah.
and I can reflect back and understand why I ended up in certain situations, and maybe even
Mhm.
why I double back on in situations or with certain people, thinking the same thing, or
Yeah,
that something was going to change, but that person, was who they are.
yeah. When
Yeah.
they show you, I believe them.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Absolutely.
Got to.
my last thing, we going from the group chat. My last thing is like, just to Hasina's point, if you find yourself in a situation where I can't see this for a long haul, was that love? And I think you can still a lot of times we in relationships and we do still care about that person. We do still love that person, but then you realize that they are not the best fit for you. And I think the challenge is really honing in. We all different. Honing in on
Mm-hmm.
what is the best fit for you so that you don't waste nobody else's time and you don't waste your own time.
Yeah.
I can be friends with squirrels, pigeons. Like I love people, I love animals, and it's very easy. I talk to people all week long, so
Yeah.
it's easy for me to relate to other humans. But I've had to realize But you have to really turn the switch off when it comes to romantic partnership. You can't be as empathetic and understanding. And this ain't therapy. You not building a bear. You know you have
Yeah.
to like
Mm-hmm.
really like cut the switch off when you in the helping profession and you deal with people all the time. Sometimes that shit get blurry.
Yeah. No, I can believe that.
Nobody that bad if I'm talking to
I
people
can
who
believe
got
that.
challenges all week.
Right.
Everybody on the app dating apps is fine because y'all ain't got this diagnoses that I can see in front of me. But at the end of the day,
Oh my god.
not the case. Not the case.
Man.
I'm sorry. And I
Hey
got three
y'all.
diagnoses for the record, so it's all good if you got three diagnoses. I've diagnosed myself.
Y'all really cutting up today.
Hey,
All right.
it's the topic.
Because we
And
we
now
could
it's
keep going
time
with
for
that
the
for a long
group
time.
chat. For the group chat.
All
For
right,
the
from the
group
All
chat.
right. Let's get into it. From the group chat, today's listener letter is from Alicia out of Florida. Okay, I'm gonna get
Shout out
straight to it. She
Alicia.
says,
okay.
I've been dating this guy for 2 years. He treats me well, chemistry's great, our families mesh, all is well. But every time I bring up the future, he says, oh, we'll see. I'm 29, I want to get married, and I want kids. I'm scared I'm waiting for someone who's never going to be ready. How do I know if I should stay and be patient or move on before I waste more time? All right, Miss Alicia, I feel like this happens in a lot of relationships. And my honest opinion on this is that a man knows who he wants to marry straight away. I wholeheartedly believe within like a 3 to 6 month time span of consistent, exclusive dating, he knows. And if
Okay.
he makes no effort, makes no mention, and avoids that conversation, then you are not it. I could be wrong, but you asked me, so this is my honest opinion. I feel like they know because y'all will break up, and in 3 months, that man will be married.
Mm-hmm.
So when that stall happens, and not just the stall, the avoidance of the conversation,
Mm-hmm.
that's the biggest red flag you need, honey. I say get out of there. I feel like I'm always telling people to bail.
Wait. Which
But
is so
this whole episode, you was like, weather the storm.
what?
I feel like I'm always telling people to get out of there.
Race is not given to the script.
Because it just depends on the situation. Like, I can't call that love. I just see through a lens that does not have a filter on it. And I've been in enough relationships to know it's better to get out quick. We stay too long waiting on something that's never going to happen. Remember, y'all, we said show your work. We said actionable steps. A man that's avoiding a conversation is not showing work and not taking action. Get out of there.
Okay. I
Dr.
feel a little
Love, what do you think?
I feel a little different. I'm gonna tell you why. From the self-proclaimed runaway bride herself,
Okay.
me. This is horrible. I'm getting too transparent. But like I feel like men have wanted to marry me in some instances for the wrong reasons. One, to lock you down, you know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
they like, shoot, let me go ahead and yeah, keep this one. And sometimes they're not even ready. And so I feel like a mature man that's still trying to figure out like his I want you to be thinking about, can I take care of a family? Can I, am I ready to, disable my OnlyFans? Am I able to
Yeah.
like I need you to be having those thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Because if you know right away and you're ready to jump in, does that actually mean that you're ready? Does that mean that you just want? I've had men like just want the label. It's just some of these people, not men, some women, they want the resources that are attached to marriage. You know,
Yes.
Mhm.
so could you be just of sound mind and say, I don't know if I'm ready. I'm not sure. And I feel
Mhm.
like I feel like you can have someone that's not sure they're ready for marriage and still be serious about you.
Yeah.
But to your point, Hasina, now if everything's going well and it appears that we're both established and it appears that we're both, you know what I'm saying, same mindset, and you just keep stalling, now I got questions.
It's
Mm-hmm.
been 2 years, she said.
I got questions. I need to
2 years.
know if it's something that you just ain't disclosed yet, that you just ain't ready to tell me yet.
Sometimes they still be married to somebody else. Shit.
Listen, I didn't
Okay.
found out men I've dated for a year and a half got kids they never even told me about. This stuff really happens. This ain't just
Yes.
lifetime television.
No,
Real
it's
life
true.
stuff.
It's
Yeah.
true. It's true.
So
Dr. Nee, what you think?
my thoughts are, my input is, I would say, if he's avoiding the conversation, there's a reason, right?
Yeah.
If everything is, so how could you define everything being great, but you have a partner who's avoiding the conversation of, marriage, or what the future of you all's relationship is going to be?
Mhm.
Marriage, while marriage takes work, marriage also takes planning. And if you
Mhm.
all are not checking in, if you all are not trying to map out what your life looks like together, then what are you all doing? Right?
Yeah.
Because we good for
Yeah.
now, but what happens later down the line? Now, I will say though, I think that for most people, when you know, but sometimes he could be, I don't know this person's financial situation, but
Mhm.
I'm not trying to ask you to marry me right now when maybe I can't afford this, or maybe I can't give you this. I don't know what their living situation, like, there's a lot of information that I don't know with that. But just because it's been
Yeah.
2 years, I don't agree that it's time, because somebody might know 6 hours into that they want to marry you, and I'll remind you all if you don't know, but we all know someone personally who got married after a short amount of time, and that was a whole shit show. Okay. to be honest, it was a shit show. So I don't know. But I also don't think that, like, when it comes to time, that you have to put a time frame on anything, because some
Mhm.
people might feel like, oh, y'all moving too fast. Other people might feel like y'all moving too slow, or this, that, and the third. Like, it's so many variables that go into it. So my advice, and I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. My advice is, have the conversations. And if you don't feel settled within your spirit and in your heart of hearts about what this person wants for you for the future, or what you want for him in the future, then you might have to consider making a different decision, because it's all good now, but he's avoiding the conversation of, or talking about or planning for y'all future. I don't know how those go hand in hand.
They don't. They
Zigzag.
just don't.
Yeah. Well, that's my input. Alicia, girl,
Uh,
We
let us
wish
know
you
what
well.
happened. Send us some more information.
Give
And
us
we
an update.
thanks, yeah, thanks for one, entrusting us with this information and valuing our input in your relationship. Now you got to make your decision. We just telling you from
Yes.
our
what's
experience
up?
and what we've done, or what we've been through.
It's on you to take those actionable steps. And
You
most
do.
of the time, we know we be asking the question and getting advice and throwing feelers
Mm-hmm.
out, but that's where you being a whole person and really settle in who you are as a man or a woman,
Yeah.
that you don't even need to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't even know why we ask. We already know before that question rolls off our tongue most of the time.
Yeah.
Looking
It's
for
just scary to take
confirmation and
a step.
validation in what they want to do.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Good luck, girl.
Good luck, girl.
Yeah.
Well,
Time for the
last but
pull
not
up
least,
challenge.
pull-up challenge. I'm finna make this quick because we already went over. This was an amazing topic, and we having fun. So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep this simple. The pull-up challenge for this week is drop in our DM or send us an email. What makes you marriage material? Answer the question.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because y'all
We're
be
gonna answer it
scared.
too. We're gonna answer
Yep.
it too. I feel like we need to do a part two. Maybe we need to do it next week, but we're
I
gonna answer
agree.
it too. What
With a
makes you
guess.
material?
Yeah.
We
I
ready for
love it.
this.
Definitely.
I
Hey,
think, and I
JB.
think
Maybe JB want to
we
come
should answer
on.
too. I think the ladies of Three the Hard Way should also answer the question next
Oh
week.
yeah, yeah,
Oh.
us. We can answer too.
Mm, I'm
Yeah.
with
Everybody.
it.
What
I'm
makes
with
you marriage material?
I
Have your
love that.
prepared, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, this was fun.
it. This
I
was
must
Hey,
say.
such an amazing show, y'all.
Very much
Woo.
so.
Kudos to
Well,
us.
let's go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you, everybody that tuned in to chat with us on this beautiful Sunday. If something you heard today sparked a thought in you, send us an email. If you have a suggestion, you just want to show us some love, our email is going across the bottom of the screen. You can shoot us a DM. But make sure, most importantly, you do us this favor.
Hey, share this podcast with your homies. Share it with your people. Share it with the folks you want to know that you are marriage material, okay? Share it with them. Have a conversation with them about this. Hit us up on the socials. We are there. It's Three
Yes.
the Hard Way podcast. Communicate with us, y'all. And like I said in the beginning, talk to us. We talk back.
You talk back.
I'm gonna do like Disney. Be our guest, be our guest. Hey, if you want to be a hit us up. We like talking to people, like Dr. Neef said. We trying to
Yeah.
talk back. So you got the email, you got the IG link. Come on, don't be scared. I mean, we might adjust the time next week because we don't want no excuses about football, about
Oh my God.
baseball. So just be on the lookout for our posts because we
Yeah.
may adjust so we can make sure we get some folks here, and we're gonna do that
Mhm.
part two. Find out what makes you marriage material.
Look, and
Yeah.
y'all, you know what? Something I just came up with. Maybe we should do
What?
a focus group with our loyal listeners. Maybe we should do a focus group with them and see, you
I like
know,
that.
ask them a couple questions. Because I
I
got a
love
couple
it.
questions for y'all. I do. I
She needed
do.
a president.
But
She needed a president of the focus group. You saw that, Shanita?
No,
You
for
saw that?
real.
all right, y'all.
We got
Until next
it.
time, vibe out with us.
Bye.